2K26 just made a big patch and I wanted to test it out myself. So I came out here with a build that doesn't have high shooting, but has some decent defense to see what is going on. We're going to go through not the patch because I think most of you guys probably seen all the information about that, but the effects and some actual perspective that should help you guys big time going forward with this game. So what they did do, just to kind of reiterate some of the gameplay changes, was that they basically made rhythm shooting a little harder, tightened the window on makes and stuff like that. They fixed ghost contest, and then they also made it so that collisions with the ball is going to be more relevant. And that's kind of what the summary is. So we're going to go through the deep dive and get into it as we go forward. In the background, you're watching actual after the patch released footage of me learning the game and kind of seeing what I could do. The build has an 83 three-pointer and a 73 mid-range, so it doesn't have high shooting, and that's the reason I chose it, because before the patch I was cooking with this build and shooting almost any shot I wanted, and I wanted to test that a little bit. I didn't want to lose the games, by the way, guys, so I'm not just throwing myself out there every play doing fades from 3. So some of it's going to be just casual stuff, but I did want to see the bump steals as well. And to be honest with you, in this game, it told me everything I need to know. And the truth is, I ended up with a lot of steals. Pretty much got 6 steals, I believe, in one game of one-on-one. I kind of purposely missed a couple shots so that I can try to get this bump steals from this guy. You notice I'm probably not spamming steal the whole time. I'm very selective on when I grab it. You can see right there in that play, got the steal pretty easily. We're going to showcase that one again so you can see I timed it. Okay, I was rewarded for my timing. Okay, and I did this before patch and I won't get it enough. Now I'm getting those. I believe this is the good part of the patch. It's just very, very solid. That one right there is the one that's the bad part of the patch. If you didn't catch what just happened, it was kind of fast. You're going to see that one was the good pluck. I stole it. I got rewarded. I have a 91 deal. But this second one is the one that I need you guys to understand that 2K shouldn't just make it so that little things like this will happen. I walked by him. I was behind him. He decides to do a crossover and it bumps into me as I go. Now this is realistic, right? Like maybe it hit my leg, my knee, but I'm not sure how high his dribble was. And I don't think he should be getting that ball stolen that heavily over that type of play. So while I am in favor of that pluck right there, which is another steal, see I already have 4 in this small 30-second window that we can replay fully. I already have 4, so I am good to go. Okay, in this situation, it's like I'm gonna be phenomenal defender this year with this new patch. But the problem is I'm okay with this pluck that I'm about to do. 2K's rewarded me for good timing. Thanks, 2K. The second one is irrelevant and disrespectful to the game as far as like, look, he just naturally lost the ball because of a small little bump. And then this one was my pluck. I tried again and I got it and I got rewarded. I'm okay with that because this is a lockdown build and that's what I made it for. And that's what I want from the build, right? Like I'm here to actually take advantage of steals with this build. 91 steals, pretty decent in my opinion. It's a low for a lockdown, but I'll put it up later with cap breakers. But as you can see right here, you know, this dude is still doing fades, okay? I was stopping his fades for the most part, contesting them, and he wasn't making them. But if I leave him open, he's hitting that all day. And then I took a contested shot. I usually could make that. As you can tell, the patch kind of patched it, made it a little harder. You see, I got another steal there, and I couldn't tell if that was a pluck. This literally just happened, so I can't remember the details. Maybe I got short-term memory loss right now. Check this out. Looks like I didn't pluck. It was just a bump steal. I'm not okay with that, even with my 91 steal. I think there has to be a limit of like, okay, well, he has a 92 dribble. Why would I get a pluck naturally? And this is not even about the game's logic. It's about 2K changing the actual contextual behavior. So if a player is trying to do an escape back and forth while there's a defender there, maybe he doesn't do the escape anymore and it turns into a whole different animation. So it's going to stop us from crabbing in the future, but it means that it's a different dribble. I think that's something that 2K should look into, figure out for their own. And again, I don't know what the answer is. And by the way, I was up here. I purposely wanted to kind of like fool around a little bit and take some random type of shots so that I can get the ball back. I was trying to get 6 steals. That's the most I got in a one-on-one right here. But it is what it is. But in the end of the day, I feel pretty damn confident that a lot of this patch is great. Like overall, it is phenomenal in my opinion. And I definitely think that they need to do a tweak for the bump steals. It should be in the game, but it should be more reasonable. For example, if I have a 92 dribble or higher, got high unpluckable, probably shouldn't get plucked all the time. And then same thing with the defense, rewarding the good defenders when you need to reward the good defenders. Okay. And that's how I look at that. Now, I want to kind of touch on things on my end as a dribbler. This build is a 86 dribbles with a 75 speed with ball. He's not supposed to be like a true point guard. In this year's game, you could play point guard with this before this patch. After this patch, we will see. I haven't actually played competitively with this yet. I haven't had the time, but I assume that it's not going to work. And I'm going to still play with this build on the 1s and the 2s and the 3s and 5s at times. But in a competitive state, when it comes to the high level, I'm not pulling this out to be my number one guard. And most of the guards we've made that are 6'8" with an 86 dribble and an 80 speed with ball shouldn't be the top point guard in the whole game, you know. And that's what they are. Like the 6'8s are the meta point guards to make this year. I even have a Pro M1, but now I'm going to have to tweak and put unpluckable to the max on my build. Before, I didn't put any unpluckable and I didn't care. This time, I'm humble now to say, yeah, well, if you're going to leave these bump steals the way they are, I promise I am going to do what I got to do to not get the ball stolen. And then also, I just want to talk about this because this is the biggest topic, the steals. The truth is, a lot of us, myself included, have abused the system and did escape dribbles into defenders to crab them. And we gotten away with it. And for some people will say it's a skill gap, which there is skill in it to do it properly and to get the shot off. But there's also just cheesy basketball. See right there, I got that pluck and we're good. And so it's cheesy basketball. And then that's just the facts. And that isn't, you know, an issue where it's like, oh, well, what are you trying to say? I'm not good? No, you're great at doing a cheesy thing. You know what I mean? Like there's skill levels to cheesy players, like the exploiters of L2. If you put a new player on L2ing last year, they couldn't do it that good compared to these cheesy guys who do it all day, every day. Doesn't make them better than a real skilled player who can actually play basketball, but that's just the concept of what I want to try to present and help y'all understand that, yeah, there's plenty of bad players who are really good at the game. Sorry to break it to you. So this is kind of exposing to me us as players who have been using and abusing this system. And whether you agree or disagree with that, I know some people are going to rage in the comments. Like I said, in the beginning of this whole video, I'm saying that they need to nerf bump steals. Not nerf it, but make it so that you have to have high steals and high perimeter in order to get those bump steals and some strength. And then you also, for offense, have to have a high dribble to not get those plucks, those bump steals happening all the time. You know, make it more relevant to the attributes, not just the overall game. That's my feedback for the devs. But shooting is at the best it's been this year. I think it should stay this way, and we should continue to support a little more difficult shooting this year. So enjoy that and don't think twice. Just have fun with it. We're here to compete and enjoy the game. So that's my feedback. That's my thoughts. Share this with the developers if y'all can, and with some friends, and like and subscribe and comment and all that good stuff, man. I'm back, baby. We're gonna cook up with this year's game. See y'all on the next one. Stay care. Peace.